So the exercise we're going to focus on is working psychologically, how we can implement psychological strategies, mind strategies to improve our first touch. So we want to improve the performance by focusing on present tasks, acting more thoughtfully. So being in the moment, being able to sort of, like the feedback you sort of gave before on sort of Teams 1 or 2, you talked about, okay, where it becomes an unconscious competence, where you're not having to think consciously. Where you do it, it's just like, okay, when you first learn to ride a bike, it's a bit tricky, you fall, and then you can just ride a bike without thinking about it. And these are keys. So we want to be able to focus your attention on the present, on present actions, decisions, rather than past mistakes or future goals. When you're doing the technique and skill, tuning your mind and body, lessening the distraction of any emotional stimuli, and intensifying your experiential learning, which is a key element here. So what I want you to do is sort of grade yourself from 1 to 10, do our like performance profile that we did before. We're going to look at some performance templates of excellence, players that we define as being excellent, the best at first touch, whether it's a keeper and you're a keeper, whether it's defender and you're a defender, midfielder, you're a midfielder, striker. The key is you identify certain players. And then what you do, using the similar template we've been using in the program, you sort of profile yourself, that profile I sent you before, then you're able to go out there and sort of score yourself. You watch yourself playing a game, and you see, when you watch yourself playing a game, guys, if you video your game, when you do video analysis, if you watch the game back, then when you watch the game back after the game's videoed, just watch your first touch and see, okay, how well did I do? And you mark it down. You mark down, okay. And for your game analysis, obviously you can do other things like, left foot, right foot, whatever else. But one area to sort of think, okay, well, how was my first touch? Not just focus what you didn't do well, what you did well as well is important. So you focus on good performance too. But what you do, you've got that, and you think, okay, how can I improve that component of my game? And then you go on the training field, and that's where you focus on improving and developing. You focus on your strengths, but we can improve areas. We can all improve. So you reflect back on the game, and you think, okay, when you get a chance to reflect on the game, it's different to when you play the game. You sort of see yourself, and let's say in a game you've had 10 first touches, and of the 10, 7 have been great. Now, no two games are the same, depending on the opposition and other factors, then, it may be different in terms of, how well you perform. But the key fundamental is, okay, when you break down your technical and tactical elements of the game, one of the key things you want to do is be able to say, okay, provide some sort of analysis, because it's hard to quantify. It's not like a sprint. Free in 20 meters, can I do under 3 seconds in 20 meters? It's easier to measure in that respect. So it's trying to find ways of measuring your improvement, and analyzing a game is one way of doing it. Obviously, setting yourself drills and tasks is another way to do it too. But we're going to take some time to reflect and focus on that, and focus on the last game and how well you felt your first touch was. And the next game is key. The next game is key for all of us. That's the big game we're going to focus on. So I'm going to bring up a video shortly, and we'll see. Okay, we're going to sort of focus on this and think, okay, well, let's have a look and see how we can get closer to that level, and perhaps even go beyond going forward. That's the key, to be the best we can be, to go as far as we possibly can. That's what we're striving to do.